Hey guys, welcome to this week's Talking Points here on Buzzing Pattaya. And I'm looking forward to this one. We've got something that I think has been brewing for a long time, and how it's going to pan out. Your guess is as good as mine. I think it's going to be very, let's call it interesting how it unfolds. We'll talk about that in a second. So this show we've got talking about the motorbike taxis. We're going to talk about a few other things that have gone on. Lots of parties coming up, which is great. Good news as well, there's a new flight coming in, which I'll explain about in a bit. So yeah, it seems to be things are happening mostly for the good, some not so good. And of course, you know, last week was interesting. Last week I've seen a little bit more of an increase in people around. I mean, when I ride into the studio, I go past a particular hotel that's been dormant for months and months and months, and now suddenly there's literally 8 to 12 huge coaches outside, which I guess they're catering for the Chinese tourists now. But yeah, it's, at least people are coming out here, which is an indication that things are on the change. And of course, we've still got the ongoing debate. I'm not going to go on about it anymore, but there is still the ongoing debate as to what is the future of Tree Town. Are we going to see a brand new condominium smack bang in the middle of Soi Buakhao, or is it all just talk? And I'll tell you the reason why I ask is whether it's all just talk. Is the beach club has it's been bandied around that's now been sold. So either you've bought yourself a complete lemon and you've just wasted a shed load of money, or the planning permission has been, or not, sorry, the sale's gone through because they know that there's no such truth in the rumours that there will be a condominium. And I had a guy said to me the other day, he said, listen, Trevor, he said, I've heard it on good authority that the plans and the permission was granted to the condominium developer a long time ago. I don't know. Yes, it's good about, one of the things I like about this city is it's just full of the unknown. All right, so on a serious note, guys, and this is quite serious, one of the things in the news here is it's been reported back from the Pattaya News. It says here, Pattaya Bolt riders and motorcycle taxi drivers spar over overlapping territory and 3 people were injured. It goes on to say here, 3 motorcycle taxi drivers were injured after clashing with a small group of Bolt riders armed with a baseball bat. The injured claim that they were attacked first, but a video clip shot by outsiders appears to prove otherwise. And I have to say, I'm surprised this hasn't happened sooner. You know, we all know that the taxi motorcycle, the orange jackets, the guys here, we all know the situation behind, you know, who runs them. And I think with regards to the fact that they've now allowed this Bolt app, this Bolt system to really take a hold here, and it really has. You know, I use Bolt all the time, and I even though that there's the situation here, I still highly recommend using it. And I'll give you a good example. So Ian and I and a very good friend of ours called Russell, we were out the other day. Ian wanted to get a taxi back to his condo, and he went straight up to the orange tabars and said, hey guys, I want to go home. How much is it? And the guy quoted him 150 baht. On the Bolt app, it was 47 baht. And, you know, it's like Ian said, he would have happily just paid 100 baht. Here you go, there's 100 baht. We'll meet in the middle. Let's just go with that for ease and for simplicity. But the taxi rider, the orange tabard, was like, no, it's 150 baht. You pay it or I don't take you. So he said, okay. So he stepped across the other side of the road, ordered his Bolt taxi. His Bolt taxi arrived within about 2 minutes, and away he went. And so that to me, and I've had that happen myself, where, you know, you go up to a taxi driver and I'll ask him first. I always talk to him in English first, and I tell him where I'd like to go. And then depending on the price, if it's ridiculous, then I will say to him, I'll say, look, you know, I live in Thailand, I work in Thailand, can I have a Thai price? Because the Thai price is a lot less than what we pay. And I kind of get that. That doesn't really matter. If you're on holiday and you're paying an extra 20, 40 baht, it doesn't really affect your budget. If you live here and you're doing it daily, weekly, whatever, you know, it does add up. So, and often they'll say to me, oh, it's like 140 baht. And I'll say to them in Thai, look, can I have some discount, please? I live here, I work here, you know, is there any chance? And they say, oh, you know, 100 baht. So they are flexible. It's not like they're set in stone and they won't do anything. They are flexible, but it's surprisingly taken a while for this sort of incidents to happen. And even where Ian lives, if he does come outside of his condo and he wants to get a motorbike taxi into the town and he wants to use Bolt, he has to walk further down the road because the Bolt taxis won't come and pick him up because of the tabard drivers are there. I don't know. It's all a bit up in the air right now. I think if we could try and come to a happy medium, and the trouble with Bolt is, just so you understand the system and why they are so cheap, is a lot of Bolt taxi drivers are basically just, either not registered or not insured, or they're just riding, maybe going to work and think, oh, I'm heading into work, I've got to go through. Does anybody need a lift? They look on the app, oh yeah, there's a guy there, I'll go pick him up and take him in and drop him off on the way to work, and vice versa on the way home. And before guys start jumping up and down saying, oh, well, they should be registered, oh, well, they should have the insurance and all that. Guys, come on, we know the score. We know the score. So there's no point talking about that, because at the end of the day, it's just the way it is. So just don't worry about that side of things. But let's see where this goes. What do you think? Where do you think this is going to end? I personally think that Bolt will continue. I can't see it causing to the stage where they stop. I mean, they've got thousands of drivers now, and it's a very, very popular service. It's very, very widely known about now. It's used by thousands of people every day, and it's brilliant. One of the things I do like, what I really do like about the Bolt, is it instantly tells them on the app where you are, and you can tell them where you want to go, no matter what language you can or cannot speak, because you put the pin drop on the map, or you type the location into the app, and it will just say that's where you're going to go, so the driver can see straight away. No more, oh, go there, oh, no, you've missed it, go back, and they don't understand. But anyway, that's where we are with that. I don't know, what do you reckon, guys? What's happening? Have you used Bolt? How's your experience been? What do you think? Would you recommend it? For me, personally, definitely it's a good one. Now, sadly, very, very sadly, it's reported again in the Pattaya news, says here, an Australian man who was an engineer died after a suspected road rage incident with a group of motorbike racers in the Pattaya area. It goes on to say that police emergency responders and the Pattaya news arrived at the scene to find Mr. Graham Foster, only 59 years old, an Australian national, lying near a power pole. He was unconscious and many bones were broken. He rushed to a nearby hospital where he was tragically pronounced dead. Nearby rescue workers found his damaged motorbike. And you've got to be very, very careful when you ride out here, and I keep saying it and I won't get tired of saying it, and hopefully you won't get tired of hearing it, because at the end of the day it's important. When you do come out here, if you do decide to hire a motorbike or you do decide to hire a car, guys, forget whatever rules or whatever laws you have to abide by in your own country. Forget it. What you have to do now is you have to do what we do out here, and that's called drive with your wits about you, looking in every possible direction, expect everything to happen that is unexpected, i.e. bikes coming at you on the wrong side of the road, U-turns in front of you causing you nearly to crash. It really is as bad as I say, and I stand by this. And guys, the ones that have been out here, those of you that ride bikes, you'll all verify what I'm saying to you. The roads out here are very, very dangerous. So of course, I remember back when I was living in the UK, road rage was a really big problem. There was a lot of incidents where people were getting angry with each other, and altercations were taking part, blah blah blah. But out here, it's a different world, guys. I've told you this so many times. If you do get into an argument with a Thai person, just walk away, even if you are absolutely banged to rights, because unfortunately, if you do start arguing, there is a serious chance that other Thai people nearby may well join in, and you know whose side they're going to be on. So despite, no matter how much it might have been wrong from their doing, guys, please, just live to tell the tale. Unfortunately, it really isn't good for this poor guy and his family. It says it says Mrs. Kitty upon Foster, 49. Mr. Foster's wife told Naklua police that her husband was an engineer. Goes on to talk about stuff like that. But he's left, it said Mrs. Foster and her two daughters were driving in a car behind the two Australian men. And, now he's left behind his family. They've now lost their father and her husband. And for what? For what? Just say, do you know what, guys? Crack on. It doesn't matter. Crack on. So our thoughts and condolences go out to her family. But please, guys, the moral of this story is, if you do rent a motorbike out here or you drive a car out here, please, please, please just be very careful. So, soy 6 now. Soy 6. If you've never been here, soy 6 is a famous soy. It's definitely worth going down. You'll have a great time. It's just one street rammed full of bars and plenty of girls there to keep you entertained. However, they've had a recent visit from someone that wasn't looking to be entertained, and the Pattaya municipal officers, the officials, clean Soi 6 of illegal chairs and signs. And what they've done is says a bunch of impeding chairs, road cones and signs have been removed from the street in Pattaya Soi 6 following multiple alleged complaints from tourists. Come on. Have you... I can imagine, right? So let's just paint the picture now. So there you are, you're on holiday, you're walking down Soi 6, and you're going to complain to the local officials, oh, excuse me, Mr. Policeman, there was a road cone in the way, and I'd like you to go down and remove it. Now, I'm not being funny, and I'm not going to be rude, but if a road cone is on your agenda when you're here on holiday, you are in the wrong place. So I don't think that's any truth whatsoever. I think basically what's happened is maybe they've decided that they want to go down and take care of the situation. And you know, it's quite fun, but it's quite weird because if you go down some of the, like for instance, you got the Queen Victoria hotel there and restaurant, you know, they often have cars parked outside, which if you're going to go and travel down to go and eat there or you're staying there, well then that's quite within your rights to park outside, obviously. However, if you do walk further down, you'll know, and if you've been to Soi 6, you'll know what I'm going to say. When you go down there, there are literally girls sitting on chairs and stools outside, and they'll get up and they'll grab you, come on, come in, come and have a drink, and all the other things that go on. But you know, in many ways, I mean, Soi 6 is a one-way street anyways. It's not like you're going to have cars passing. Although going back to my driving, what I was talking about a minute ago, there are very, very often food vendors that will come along Beach Road and turn illegally up Soi 6. So don't be surprised to see that. But the point I'm making is, you know, Soi 6 is a hustle and bustle street. And it's very similar in the respect of, if you go to Koh Sam Road in Bangkok, I remember when I first went there, it was kind of like the same vibe, not with the girls, but with the vibe, with the actual vibe. Whereas now they've put these cones, these bollards down in Koh Sam Road, and it's not got, it was just really sad, to be fair, when I went. But Soi 6 was the same. You know, you go down, you'd be getting pulled by the left, pulled by the right, come in here, come in there. It's good fun. It was just good fun. So I don't know what's prompted them to do this. Maybe they weren't getting stuff that they needed, and so therefore then they decided, well, let's go down and become a pain in the backside. I don't know, but anyway, the point is they have gone down there. Again, reported by the Pattaya News. And it says, as I said there, you know, they've been in and they've cleaned up illegal chairs and signs. We'll forget what they're doing down the Soi, but let's just remove the sign and the chair. You gotta love this place. I love it here. All right, where are we? The Tiger News. Now on a good sign. Tiger News, they reported that lifeguards save foreign tourists from drowning in Pattaya. Tragedy was avoided on Jomtien Beach in Pattaya, Eastern Thailand yesterday thanks to the, well, it wasn't yesterday on the news, it was, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, yesterday thanks to the expert skills of Pattaya City lifeguards who acted quickly to save a foreign tourist from drowning. And it's really good that they've done this because I'll tell you what, Jomtien seems to be a bit more on the ball. And I don't know how this works. I'm not sure whether well, I'm guessing they have to be. They'd be governed by a different organisation than the Pattaya Beach. On the Pattaya Beach, you don't often see much in the way of lifeguards. So if you're not the strongest of swimmers, or perhaps you're not you don't swim very often, please guys, if you do go in the sea, be careful because fortunately this guy found himself in a bit of difficulty, but luckily they were there to help him out, and he didn't die. But sometimes when the tide's coming in or going out, it can be quite strong. So please, just bear with it. And especially if you've had a few too many of these, that and swimming just doesn't mix. It really doesn't. But luckily, unfortunately, the lifeguards there, it says here, the Pattaya City lifeguards carried an unconscious male tourist, nationality unknown, out of the water and onto the beach. It was estimated he was submerged under the water for 5 to 10 minutes. Lifeguards said that the tourist's airway was filled with water, so before starting further, they turned him sideways, used their fingers to remove the blood. It goes on and on. But basically, anyway, they managed to save him, giving him CPR, which is great. Fantastic, and, a tragedy was avoided. That's the word, avoided. But the point being is that they do have the lifeguards in Jomtien, but not so much in Pattaya. I don't know, maybe they'll change that in the near future. Now, One thing that was nice to see was that there was a maiden Fly Dubai direct Pattaya flight arrives. It says here, Fly Dubai will operate 7 direct flights per week between Dubai and Utapao. And they've just done one. They've literally just done a trial flight, and it was good. It says the passengers, including 6 bloggers, where was my invite? 6 bloggers were greeted by Utapao Airport Director Admiral Rapipong Somwan, the Vice Mayor of Pattaya City, and the Director of the Pattaya Office of Tourism Authority of Thailand. So what they're going on to say, they talk about it, etc., etc., and then what they say is they go on, they're going to do 7 flights per week between Dubai and Utapao, and they say last year 66,000 tourists came over from the UAE, and I don't know how they get this figure. Where do they, out of interest, if you do know, how do you collate this data? So it goes on to say here, the TAT anticipates that around 150,000 tourists from the UAE will visit Thailand this year, which is expected to generate about 14 billion baht, $430 million US in revenue, averaging about 90,000 baht per visitor. Where do they get that from? How do they know how much you spend? I really don't get that. But anyway, neither here nor there. The fact of the matter is that they are bringing out a new flight, which is great for the city, and let's get more people over here. But how do they know how much you're going to spend? All right, enough about the news. What's coming up this week? Well. On the 31st of January at the A7 DJ Bar. Now, if you go and see Nick Dean's a great guy, he's a good friend of mine. But at the A7 DJ Bar in Soi 7, I'm going to say it right this time, they have a cosplay party. It was on this Tuesday, so tomorrow, 31st January, get yourself down there. 2 o'clock it starts. And if you like your cosplay, I have to say it correctly, because the other day, put me out, you know what I'm like, I said cozy play. Well, like, you could have got cozy, but while she was I don't know, cozy. It was I only missed out the Y. Come on, let's not split hairs. But anyway, yeah, they're going to have a cosplay party at the A7 Bar in Soi 7. Go down, go and say hello to Nick. I'm sure he'll be there. He's a nice guy. Go and say hello to him, have a chat with him. And that's on tomorrow. And it starts at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and it goes on until 2 a.m. the following morning. And if that thing, well, this kind of goes hand in hand, doesn't it, really? So if you go on the party and you have too much fun and too much of a good time, on Wednesday, in the Pattaya Klang Soi 6, not the Soi 6 we're into at Pattaya Klang 6, there is a Wednesday group meditation session. So if you've got a bit of a hangover from 1:30 until 2:30, there is a meditation session. It says, take a moment in the middle of your week to reset your mind by joining us on our group meditation session in Central Pattaya. And I'm only giggling because I'm being a stupid, childish infant, but basically I've never done any of this meditation. And I can say, I don't know. I'm sure it must, I don't know. And please don't take offense if you are someone that partakes in meditation. I'm not being, I am being a dick, but I don't mean it disrespectfully. It's something I've never done. And because it's something I've never done, I don't really understand it. And I just can't see myself sitting there like, sorry, I really am a knob. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure it's really good. But so if you have got a hangover, or you need to find your inner self, on Wednesday, the 1st of February at 3:30, there is a Wednesday group meditation session. Maybe I should go and have a go. Maybe I should go and do it. How about that? I'll go and give it a go. I've never done it before. So, yeah, I've tried those tapes. You know when you get the tapes, or not, I'll show me age now. But when you get like the YouTube ones you can listen to, but I get so bored, I switch off after a couple of minutes. But I'm sure they're very, very good. And if you are someone that all seriousness, if it is something that floats your boat, guys, no problem whatsoever. Please, if you want to go. I'm sure it's very, very good. But for me, being a childish infant and being stupid, I find it quite funny that you'd sit there and do that. But anyway, not to worry. Maybe I'll give it a go. Now, this guy, you've got to go and see this guy, Danny. Okay, Danny at the Danny Sports Bar in Tree Town in SitHBK. His anniversary party. He's celebrating 16 years with his lovely wife, Lek. Go and see them. It's a great bar. It's a big open-air bar on the corner as you go up past Buzzing Bar and Escape. On the left-hand side, as you go around that bend, he's right there on the corner. If you love your sport, go and speak to him. He is the guru of sport here in the city. He's been a baseball journalist for many, many, many years. He's been reported to be the #1 baseball journalist in the world. He's an absolute diamond guy. He's a super, super nice guy. Just go and have a chat with him. He can. The only downside of it is he's a Spurs fan. He supports Tottenham. Hang on, let me have a look down the league where they are. Oh yeah, I can just about see them. But no, he's a really, really nice guy. So please go and say hello to Danny. He's a lovely guy. And that's on Thursday, the 2nd of February at 6 o'clock in the evening. Pop down, go and say and congratulate Danny and his wife, Lek. Lovely lady. 16 years together. Good on you, my man. Keep it going. And of course, you can't have a week without there being a party. Guess where? Yes, you got it. But this week, Thursday, starting at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, there is a bikini party at the KOA Bar. The KOA Bar in Soy 6. Go down there. The girls will be in their bikinis. So if you fancy a bit of that, well, there you go. You know where to head. It's there waiting for you. Go down there, Soy 6. And the good news is when you go down there, there'll be no stalls or signs in the way, so you'll be able to walk a lot more freely, apparently. And lastly, I want to throw this one in because I do say to people, I'm doing my 90 minutes from Pattaya series and saying, get out of the city, go and do it. Well, Bangkok is just under 90 minutes if you're in a taxi driver that's got his foot to the floor a little bit more. But if you do want to get out of the city and you want to go and try something different, Friday, the 3rd of February, there is a candy shop model with the Playboys and FHM girls party at the Mixed Discotheque. The Mixed Discotheque is up there in Bangkok. Starts from 10 o'clock in the evening. Doors open at 10 o'clock. And you can go up there and party with the Playboy and the FHM girls in their candy shop theme party. All right, so there we go. That's it from this week. That's the talking points. But please, have a comment down below. Tell us what you think about the points I've covered today. And next week, I'll bring another show to you. And let's see what we're going to bring the week after this. Well, what does this week bring? I don't know. We're going to find out. All right, that's it for me. Thank you so much indeed for watching, guys. Please, as always, remember, hit the subscribe button. And also the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when I bring out a new video. Have a look at our new website. And it's up, running live. It's there. It's going good. And we've almost got the forum now completely nailed down. So that will be released very, very soon. So have a look on the new website, please, buzzingpattaya.com. Come check it out. Send us your feedback. Let us know what you think. Have a look on Discord. Jump in Discord if you haven't joined already. It's a great platform. There's lots and lots of people in there. Very experienced people that can give you much more advice and help, etc. So have a look on there. And if you'd like to support the channel, there is a link in the description below. That's it from me, guys. Thank you so much indeed for watching. And please, as always, wherever you are in the world, stay safe.